Hey there for Dragonfly and me, friends. How are you today? This is Jean Roman, and you are visiting for Dragonflies and me at my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. I am going to be teaching a cooking class today, so welcome to Jean in the Kitchen. And so today, if you're new here, I generally teach you how to put together the recipe here at my YouTube channel, and then I direct you over to my blog at fordragonfliesandme.com to where you can get the full list of ingredients and the complete description on how to prepare it, along with a photo essay of it. So there's a step-by-step photos as well. So today I am making shrimp scampi to go over some pasta with some delicious asparagus. I'm in Michigan, and this is going to soon be at the farmers markets. It is one of spring's first vegetables, along with rhubarb. So super excited to be making this. So what I've done here, I've already preheated my oven to 350, and I'm going to take some of my garlic infused olive oil. And if you saw my video the other day on how to make this, it's super easy. You can see right here, I have another little skillet of it that I just made for this dish. So I took another 4 bulbs of garlic, actually 4 packages. I use the pre-peeled. I'm sorry, I just don't want to work that hard. And then I put it in some regular extra virgin olive oil. I baked it at 250 for 2 hours, and it's wonderful. So I'm going to utilize that as well. So this is what I have in this drizzler. And so I'm going to just pour a little bit over it. And then I'm going to take my basting brush and baste that on like so. And then I am going to take my very favorite seasoned garlic, which is what I use. Again, no affiliate marking here. This is just what I prefer. It's Kinder's garlic salt with premium garlic and sea salt. And so I think it does have some parsley in it as well. So I'm going to lightly sprinkle a little bit about that on. And so while I am making the scampi, I am also going to turn on my water so that that'll start boiling for my spaghetti. So I put this in the oven. And I'm going to set my timer for about 15 minutes because it's very young, tender asparagus. If it was thicker, I would do it for about 25. Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes. So we'll let that start cooking. So my water is boiling, and I am just using regular spaghetti noodles. You can pick any pasta that you want. Angel hair would be great, even shells or whatnot. So before I get into the recipe, I also want to tell you a little bit about my cookbook, Lovingly Seasoned Eats and Treats. And this cookbook is during my Mennonite days. And it has about 1,000 recipes in it on about 500 pages. It is a beautiful spiral bound softcover book, but it is also available in a downloadable PDF version at my website at fordragonfliesandme.com. So you can definitely go over there and purchase your own copy. So I am also working on my second cookbook. So excited. I was really hoping it would be ready for Mother's Day, but it is not, to say the least. So I am now aiming for Father's Day, but keep posted. So I had already started heating my water because my spaghetti is going to take a little bit longer to cook. And so I am going to put this in my water, and I'm an eyeball and a taster kind of cook. If you need to read the package directions to see how long you want to cook your spaghetti noodles or how long they need, that is wonderful. I kind of can tell by how they look, as well as I'll just take a noodle out and I'll taste it. So I have my colander in the sink already for when that is going to thaw out, or I'm sorry, finish boiling, and I'll drain it. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to that so it doesn't stick, and then I'm going to use some of my homemade marinara sauce. So now let's start with the shrimp scampi while that's cooking. So I'm going to turn on my other burner with my cast iron skillet. I just made my chicken piccata in this skillet. And it got a little smoky in here, so that video kind of got botched at the end, but we made a few edits to it, and hopefully it was good. But here we are, and so I'm heating this up, and I'm going to be using some of the infused garlic oil, olive oil right here. And I also have some sourdough bread that I picked up, and we're going to use that olive oil to use it as a dipping sauce as well as in the shrimp scampi. So I have some chicken broth, some lemon juice, my shrimp, and some butter. And then I have some fresh ground pepper, basil, pink Himalayan salt, and some red pepper flakes to kind of put a spin on this. So I already have a little bit of olive oil in my skillet just from rubbing it and curing it. I'm going to stir my noodles, making sure they don't stick. All right, so I think this is getting warm. I'm going to toss in a couple of my tablespoons of butter and get that in there. And then I'm going to take about 4 tablespoons, which is equivalent to a quarter cup of olive oil. And I'm going to put that in there. A little bit more. And then I'm going to get my butter blended in with that. And so what I've done is I've purchased a 12-ounce package of extra large shrimp. It is deveined and it is peeled and it is obviously cooked. It does have the tails on it. We'll take those off when we eat them. But you can buy them raw with all that stuff and devein it. But again, I don't want to do that much work. I enjoy cooking, so I don't really want to do that. So now I am going to drop my shrimp in that, and I'm going to get it to where it is in a single layer. I want them to cook. And I'm going to cook them for about 1.5 to 2 minutes, letting them cook on high heat right now. And I am going to add in my seasonings. Toss that about a little bit. All right. And I am also going to throw in some of these garlic. So I want those garlic, and they are just perfect. They are so soft and mashable. Is mashable a word? I went to go type that into the recipe and spell check made it wrong. And so I tried a couple different formats and it didn't come up with the word. So I'm creating a new word for cooking, and it's mashable. If it is a word, let me know in the comments below. Send me just a definition. So this is about, this is about 3.5 bulbs of garlic that I'm putting in here. And my spaghetti is cooking, my asparagus is baking. And so I am going to cook this for about another minute on this side. Again, this is on high heat. Once I flip these shrimp, I'm going to cook them for about another minute until they become opaque. So, you know, that once they're not pink anymore, they're cooked. Or, I'm sorry, when they're gray, they're not cooked. And now these are pink, they're already pre-cooked. So I'm just trying to brown these and get them cooked and become flavorful in the juices and the butter and the olive oil that I've cooked, that I'm cooking them in. Add a few more garlic. So delicious. And just to show you, it's like they're just beautiful. Oh, look at that. Just perfect. So once I flip these, I am going to add my chicken stock. You can use white wine also if you choose to. I'm also going to add some lemon juice. And so the reason I don't use the white wine is because I'm using the lemon juice. So I want that little bit of tart, but I feel if I use the white wine and the lemon juice, it's almost too tart. I want a little bit of that chicken flavor, I guess, the mildness of that. So I'm going to let that cook for about a minute and stir this. And you don't have to put marinara sauce. You could actually use the uh, butter garlic mixture over the noodles as well. We just prefer the marinara sauce. Can also use a linguine, or I'm sorry, a pesto sauce to make that as well. And this is a super quick and easy recipe. This is not something that's going to take hours to cook. Literally from start to finish, your noodles are going to probably be the thing that cooks the longest. And these are just about done. Spaghetti was always my favorite meal as a child. So I am now going to add the chicken broth, the lemon juice, and some fresh sprigs of parsley. And I'm going to let that cook for about another 2 minutes. And probably right about the time that my noodles are done, my shrimp is going to be done. Then I do have some fresh grated Parmesan cheese that I'm going to put on top as well. So let me taste one of the noodles. I'm thinking that it's going to be just about done. About another 2 minutes. Just a little bit hard in the center, but this is just, oh, if you could just smell this, friends, you wouldn't believe how delicious this is going to be. So as I mentioned, I'll direct you over to my blog at For Dragonflies and Me, to where you'll be able to see the complete list of ingredients and the complete list of directions on how to put this all together. So you don't have to worry about trying to remember. And you will also get to see the beautiful final picture of what this looked like as we served it. So I am going to drain these noodles here and get my asparagus. That's got about 5 minutes left to cook. And then we are going to be wrapping this up. So again, this is a super easy recipe to make, about 15-20 minutes tops. And so your shrimp, you're basically, if you purchase already cooked shrimp as opposed to raw, this is a really quick recipe. And even with the raw shrimp, it's only going to take you maybe another 4 minutes versus the cooked. So either way, not a lot of time. I'm going to flip my shrimp one more time. And as you can see, the butter and the garlic now melding with the lemon juice and the chicken broth, and then the garlic is kind of getting to be a little bit of, it's thickening up. So that is definitely what you want. I'm going to turn my heat down now. There we go. And I want to say this pasta is just about done. So friends, thank you so much for joining me here at today's recipe of shrimp scampi. I hope you will take it along and try it at home. And I just want to thank you so much for joining me today. And as always, be sure to smash that like button and smash that subscribe button so you don't miss a beat. Check me out at my blog at fordragonfliesandme.com, as well as my social media platforms at YouTube and Instagram. You will find all kinds of great content there. Besides my cooking videos here, I also do my gardening videos, and I also put my podcasts up here as well. So give me feedback. I love your comments. I love your feedback whenever you give it. I try to answer back as quickly as possible. So as always, friends, I would love to send you off with my farewell greeting in saying, be sure to eat fresh, shop local, and have a happy day. See you over at my blog, friends.